Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoot, back with the CPC D League Season 2, maybe Season 3, week number 4, and we're taking on Jack UU96, aka Jacko, Jack Boy, Jackie, Jack here. Anyways, Jack has a pretty awesome team, in my opinion. We have Zygarde 50%, Manaphy, Mega Diancie, Alola Muck, Cobalion, Crobat, Mesprit, Rotom, Ferroseed, and Incineroar, as always. And our opponent has Mew, Mega Gallade, Weavile, Togekiss, Ferrothorn, Goodra, Jellicent, Drapion, Stunfisk, Kangaskhan, and Frogadier. Our Z-move user being Manaphy, and their team not having one. So, basically, my team is built around a Dragon Dance Zygarde because my opponent has no switch-ins. So I have a Dragon Dance, 1000 Arrows, Extreme Speed, Superpower, Yachi Berry, Adamant Zygarde 50% here. Very powerful. Have the Yachi Berry so that the Weavile cannot revenge kill me with the likes of Ice Shard or something like that. Superpower there, obviously, for the Ferrothorn. 1000 Arrows, literally, just wrecks everything. There's no immunities to that thing, and have enough speed. I'm actually not sure what the speed investment is for. This is the last team that I'll be using that was built by Sticks of the Token Minorities. So that's that's noteworthy. So moving back over to Mega Diancie, we skipped. We have a Calm Mind variant this week with Moonblast, Power Gem, and Hidden Power Fire. Now the coverage just literally runs through his team after a Calm Mind. Of course, Mew is very bulky. Mega Gallade and Weavile cannot take a Moonblast, let alone one after a Calm Mind, yet they both outspeed, so that's problematic. Stunfisk, after a Calm Mind, it's not doing much with Earth Power, and I'm doing a significant amount with Moonblast. Same against the Mega, not the Mega Kangaskhan, but the regular Kangaskhan. The only thing standing in Mega Diancie's way is the Ferrothorn, which can be weakened with the Hidden Power Fire, and potentially knock it out if it's not max Spadef or with an Aqua Berry or something along those lines. So next up we have a hole breaking Manaphy with Rain Dance, Calm Mind, Rest, and Scald. I'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, basically just a fat defensive Manaphy with Calm Mind, Rest, Scald, Rain Dance, Mono Water, and abusing rain and hydration and whatnot to stay healthy, get a lot of Calm Minds up, potentially just win the game if I can weaken the Ferrothorn to a point to where Scald can take him out after a couple Calm Minds or something like that. Next up we have a Choice Scarf Rotom with Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fighting, and Will-O-Wisp. Now I can do quite a few different things with this thing. I can basically lead off with it and just Will-O-Wisp something. If he leads off with the Stunfisk, I could Will-O-Wisp that immediately. If he leads off with the Weavile, he might predict me to switch, and I could go for the Hidden Power Fighting and catch it off guard, knock it out. If he leads with the Gallade or the Mew, I could just Volt Switch, predicting the Kangaskhan to come in, or potentially the Ferrothorn to come in. Either way, I don't think Shadow Ball is the play, because he does have a Weavile that could trap me, and a Kangaskhan that could come in and be immune as well. So I don't think that's the play. Next up, Cobalion with the Chople Berry. Quite speedy with just enough attack investment. Not really sure what the attack investment is for, but I have a 208 EVs in attack with the Jolly Nature. Close Combat, Iron Head, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. This is my rocker for this week. And Dual Stab just generally does, decent work against this team. Ironhead doing a lot to things like, I guess just Weavile, which close combat does enough too. But Ironhead does a lot more to Mega Gallade than close combat does. Ironhead does more than close combat. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant to say. So next up we got the Crobat, which is a Payapa Berry set, so that I can live a Zen Headbutt from the Gallade. You know, can easily switch in on it and not really worry about what move he's going for. And I have the U-Turn, Brave Bird, Roost, and Heat Wave. Heat Wave obviously for the Ferrothorn, Brave Bird for everything else, and U-Turn just for momentum, you know, because he's going to have things like that Stunfisk. And like I said, he had quite a few threats that he didn't bring, that he left, you know, on the bench this week and didn't bring it for this match. Specifically things like Togekiss, Jellicent, Goodra, Drapion, I guess even Frogadier to an extent. So anyways, Styx lets me know what the team is about. My opponent has no switch-ins to Zygarde, so the basic plan was to get to +1, keep my Yachi Berry intact so Weavile can't revenge kill me, or if I can get 2 Dragon Dances up, then I don't really need my Yachi Berry because Extreme Speed actually knocks out Weavile after rocks at +2. And so yeah, that's basically what the plan was, is just to weaken everything, get Zygarde in, get to +1, and sweep with a Yachi Berry intact. If I do lose my Yachi Berry and I make it to +2, that's not the end of the world, because like I said, Extreme Speed can take care of Weavile and I can't be revenged anyway. Next up is going to be Manaphy. The point around the Manaphy was to break a hole in the team, and my Mega Diancie is just a basic cleanup strategy, I guess. The overall basic strategy is to overwhelm the Ferrothorn. You know, it has to come in on Scalds, it has to come in on Mega Diancie's Power Gems, and Moonblast, it has to come in on 1,000 Arrows, Brave Birds, Volt Switches. You know, it's being pressured a lot this match, in theory, or that's the strategy anyway. So yeah, but this was just a rough draft of the team. Me and Jack had to get an extension and battle 1 day late, and I didn't really have time to change my team anyway, and I trusted the build. It looked okay, didn't really see any major weaknesses in the team or anything like that, but yeah, I didn't change anything, but I will start building my own teams in week 5. However, we can start the last battle here with teams built by, you know, someone other than myself. So here he leads Mew and I lead with the Rotom, and I'm just going to Volt Switch out knowing that he's most likely going to go into the Weavile or the Kangaskhan on my Shadow Ball. I didn't expect the Stunfisk to come in, so I went ahead and if he did go Stunfisk, I was okay. Even though it's kind of a problem for my team, I was okay still. I'm able to get my rocks up as he goes into a Gallade, and I switch into my Crobat here, and he knocks off my Payapa Berry. I could go for Brave Bird here, but I'm actually going to predict him to go into Stunfisk, so I'm going to double out into my Manaphy. And here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to hit him with the Hydro Vortex. I've been making a few plays here and there already. I made a double, made the Volt Switch play at the beginning. Well, it wasn't really a play, but there were some drawbacks to it, and, you know, risks, so it kind of was a play. But anyways, here I'm clicking Hydro Vortex, 100% clicking Hydro Vortex. I clicked it, and I started thinking, and me and Styx had recently discussed that I needed to preserve my Z move a little bit longer, perhaps, and this was turn 4. I really wanted to click it, but in the back of my mind, I was like, you know, Styx is right. I'm gonna preserve my Z moves a little bit longer in the matches from now on. See if they can't come through. I'm gonna make a middle ground play here and go back into my Rotom, predicting him to switch out. into Ferrothorn or potentially Mew. But he actually goes for the discharge. So had I went for the Hydro Vortex there, I could have potentially knocked him out depending on his spread. It might be a guaranteed OHKO. I didn't calc it, but it's Hydro Vortex from a Manaphy, so you never know. So now I'm going to try to pivot around, and he reveals what I think is Hidden Power Ice as I go into my Cobalion. I don't want to click Close Combat here, and obviously don't want to click Iron Head. So I'm going to go back into my Rotom here, and I'm going to double out into Manaphy, predicting him to switch out here. And he actually finally does switch out. Unfortunately, he goes into something I didn't want him to go into, so I'm going to actually go into my Cobalion here as I roar him back out. He roars me back out, and it brings in my Rotom for me. Obviously, I didn't get to choose that. But here I'm going to double out again. He actually goes for the Protect to see what I was going to lock myself into. So at this point, he probably knows I'm choice locked. And, yeah, so now I'm just going to click Toxic here. I was hoping the Mew would come in first to scout for the close combat. Potentially 2 close combats might have been enough to knock out the Stunfisk. Who knows? But he's going to get a crit here, and it's going to knock me out, and it kind of matters because I could have got a Shadow Ball off there, or another Volt Switch. Could have made a player there or something like that. Here I'm going to go straight for the Calm Mind. I debated the going straight for the Hidden Power Fire to catch the Ferrothorn on the switch, but in case he stayed in, I think Hidden Power or Calm Mind was the better play. He reveals to be Occaberry, so I'm actually out of like, what's the word, marbles or cards. My deck's looking weak. So I go into my Crobat here, and I roost up as he gets up a Spike. Now I'm going to Heat Wave as he actually goes for a knockoff. I'm not sure why he knocked off. I think his best play there was to Spike no matter what, since he wanted to get his spikes up, obviously. Anyways, these spikes are actually going to come back to haunt me as he's going to bring in a Stunfisk here, and this is where I'm going to take the opportunity to just kind of try to weaken his Stunfisk a little bit. I should have probably went straight into my Zygarde here, seeing that I basically end up sacking Crobat off for no reason. There's no reason that I should have let Mega Diancie go down so early, as it was really, really solid to just click Moonblast, especially with once his faster offensive mons were gone, it had a really good chance of just cleaning up. But I played bad, and I allowed him to get Stealth Rocks and 2 layers of Spikes up. I allowed him to take out 2 of my major offensive threats, and I played around the Stunfisk really poorly, and I'm going to have to do some major comeback stuff here to potentially get a win. So I'm going to bring in Zygarde here, and I know I have enough investment to live a Hidden Power Ice with my Yachi Berry into another Hidden Power Ice after that on a sliver, but nonetheless I do live. So I'm able to get 2 Dragon Dances up here, and things are almost okay, depending on how bulky the rest of his team is. The only thing that can live a hit at this range is Mew, unless they're just max defense, max HP. I think everything else drops, and the Mew is only going to take 54%. So the Mew's really, really fat. Packs the Ice Beam, going to be able to knock me out there, and that's going to be game, I believe. I don't think I can beat the Mega Gallade at this point. He's able to just Volt Switch out on my Calm Mind there with my Manaphy. He could have went into his Gallade here and just clicked Close Combat twice. I'm not sure why he didn't. I guess he thought it might have been a roll or something like that. He might not have had that much HP investment. Nonetheless, my opponent is going to switch out here once again, and it's actually going to work out for me, as I'm going to be able to pick up an extra kill. I'm not going to win this match, but I am going to preserve as much differential as possible and make it a 3-0 instead of a 4-0 since he went into the Kangaskhan on my Manaphy instead of the Mega Gallade. So my opponent obviously made some questionable plays, like staying in on Manaphy with Stunfisk that wasn't the water reducing berry. What is that called? Forgot what it's called off the top of my head. But yeah, I could have clicked the Hydro Vortex, and that huge nuisance of a problem that was the Stunfisk would have been eliminated, or potentially eliminated, from the get-go. Turn 4 prediction. Dang, man. But yeah, good game to Jack. Awesome team. Should do well the rest of the season. And yeah, that's going to be it. So we're going to be moving on to week 5, where we're going to be facing off against the Kentucky Fried Torchic, pretty cool name there, coached by Falcon. And yeah, I'll be building my own teams from now on, and we'll see how that's going to go. We're sitting at 3-1 right now. I think that's like top 3 record or something like that. I think the best record is 3-1, but my differential's off by about 3 or 4 points or something like that. But yeah, that's going to be it. So drop a like if you liked, leave a comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.